Get your day going with
Ugh.
cardio and cartoons.
I have to fix that.
Tune in
Dark
with
in
me
here.
every weekday
Why
morning
it's making
at
it
7
do that thing.
Central. The ones who keep
There's
facilities up and running
nothing
know
important.
that even smallest parts can make the biggest
Just
impact.
me whining.
That keeping the day on track means paying attention to every detail, and that the right partner.
I'm just sitting here
turns
folding
every
clothes, and I keep making these
into
comments, and I think, well,
industrial
at least
grade
make them
products
online.
backed by professional grade
I don't know.
Call, click Grainger.com
Just
or
annoyed
just stop by.
by
Grainger, for the ones who get it
a lot
done.
of stuff. On top of that, like, you know, I know I made a video earlier, but I looked at private. It's not really all that private. It's not. It's just. But sometimes YouTube doesn't let me show stuff because there's television stuff in it, and you're not supposed to do that. So anyway, laundry.
You didn't live this strong, this long to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are at high risk for fracture, you can build new bone with
My
Evenity.
handkerchiefs and vegetables and whatnot.
You can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood
Anyway,
calcium
though,
have occurred.
just
Tell your doctor about
watching some
terrible
crime
problems,
shows.
as they have been
Yeah,
reported
I'm
with
back to that
Evenity,
again.
or about pain in your hip, groin, or
And
thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
I don't know,
Don't let
some
a
woman,
break put
Sharon,
you on a shelf.
I
Talk
can't
to
remember
your
her name
doctor
now.
about building new bone with
She was
Evenity.
about to celebrate her 86th birthday or something. That's when the person who killed her ends up going to court and being found guilty of her murder. Anyway, some little town called Coleman. Yep, spelled just like that, Coleman.
We're probably going to start getting casualties soon.
And
Quiet around here. Good night, Rosie. Thanks for a
she
great
was
time.
killed by some guy. Can't remember his name now. I don't know, it doesn't matter.
What's that?
But one of the things that they said in the show was that they still didn't really ever figure out his motivation. Of course, they had to come up with reasoning that would make sense as to why he was motivated to kill her. And I don't have an answer either.
What do you think you are?
Think that, but
Obsession over Schofield. I don't think you're going to make your meeting. You're in
the whole
Korea.
time
Korea.
the show is on,
Wow.
they're showing the actors,
What? I was
you know,
sitting
that are
with some of
playing
my
these
friends and we
people.
were toasting July 4th.
And I'm like,
And I
oh,
was
okay.
saying, I'd like to join the fun
And then they showed a picture
They must
of
have
the
stuck me
real,
on a transport.
of
Why
the
would
guy who
anybody
killed
need to
her,
get drunk
his
in
real
Hawaii?
picture. And I was like, no,
But
I see it.
as long as you're here, we'll show you some of the fun. And you really
Nah, there's something. There was something.
July 4th, about August 10th.
And it really had nothing to do with her, maybe.
But
But there was definitely something. I don't like to say too much for the simple fact that, you know, it makes me sound like a know-it-all. Like I know something that I couldn't possibly know. But maybe I do. The next show came on. What was that one? Oh, no, it was the one before that, actually. I don't know. It's just wearing on me. Along with everything else, like I said, and I think one of my other videos, I think I shared it, and that was, you know, I lost a friend, a very important friend. So I'm bummed. This time last year. And so I'm bummed out about that. And I'm not prepared for my doctor conversation tomorrow. I want to see if I can use my Kindle to do the online doctor thing, so I can speak to her on the Kindle. So then I can have my phone available, because that way I could use my notes that I've been making, over the past week or whatever. Well, any of my notes. There's a few things in there that I want to talk to her about, that gambling grandma thing, and to tell her what was really motivating that situation. Because they're like, oh, well, she had this gambling addiction and that's what drove her. No, the gambling addiction did not drive her to do what she did. She wanted a friend. She found someone that made sense. They said, well, she found someone that looked like her. Well, someone that looks like us that kind of makes sense, right? Yeah. If that woman had decided that she was going to throw her whole life away, the other woman, who she killed, and decided that she was just going to throw everything to the wind, was just going to stay there in Florida, or wherever, I think it's Florida, and just, stay there, I don't think she would have done it. I think her name was Lois. I don't think she would have killed her. I think the only reason she killed her was because it was time for the woman to leave. And she couldn't let her leave. She couldn't keep her. She also couldn't let her leave. It's that pool table thing all over again. It's that Jeffrey Dahmer covering that one guy up with the sheet thing all over again. I can't keep you. I can't let you go either. So now what do I do? I have to destroy you, or I have to let the world destroy you. Body rotting under a sheet on its own. Yeah, I've got lots of notes on my phone about those kind of things. This episode, that episode. So I'll be able to share that with the doctor tomorrow. Because now I have to start getting, telling somebody about the theory. They're just words. It's true. They're just words. Showing someone in a real life situation, that's different. It's still not 100%, unless it's that person's actual situation. Then you've got the real actual hook to get them. Unfortunately, of course, like if the doctor and I discussed last week, you're not going to tell me anything personal about your life that I can help you with, because that would be against, doctor-patient, such and such. Which, of course, makes my brain say, well, we shouldn't be doctor and patient. We should just simply be two people that are talking. She should be telling me, look, you and I need to speak outside of this doctor thing. Which is not. Which, of course, doesn't make sense to my brain, because by now, she should have heard something that made her go, maybe there's something more to this. I need to know. And, of course, in my brain, it's... I made it. Why shouldn't I wear it? Fireworks. It should be fireworks by now. Part of my brain says that's where it should be right now. We should be moving on now. This is. We should be done with this whole getting to know you. Let me show you. Let me tell you a little bit. We should be past that now. We should be on to the bigger stuff now. All at the same time, part of my brain is saying, no, you gotta play the game. You gotta roll with things the way that they are. There's a reason things are the way they are. And you have to live them out. And, this is not on private. Just like, okay. You gotta, sorry. Okay. The funny thing is both those things are coming from actually the same side of the brain. The same side of the brain. This is why we can feel two completely different, opposite ways all at the same time. Anyway, and very strongly about them. complete. This is right as well as this is right. How could they possibly both be right? So, anyway,
All the way.
Thanks, Joe. Hey, listen, it's up to you. The nights around here are very long. Helps to have some company.
so I was sitting here, like I said earlier, doing the laundry, and my mind is thinking about, you know, among other things, also that I can't remember his name. I'll have to look it up. Chad Brewer or Brower or whatever it is. The one who killed his 3 sons. And of course, what, you know, my brain is like, I need to talk to the people involved in that. You know, even though the trial is already going on or already finished, I don't know. I just remember the other day it was on the news, and since then it's been on my mind. Within the first few minutes while I was watching the news, the first thing that my brain said was religion. And then later, I stewed on it. I don't know why. But it just got stuck in my mind. Just going over and over it. It was garbage night, so I was working on garbage and cleaning at the same time, but it was still in my mind. And without any new information, it comes up with something else. So, maybe not, but something about being born wrong. And it might not be his children. But if he thinks of himself as being born wrong, then doesn't that mean any offspring he has might be as well? I don't know. I don't want to say too much on it because I don't know any of the information. I don't know any of their history. I mean, it's again, who knows? But of course, I'm sitting there thinking, well, you know, one thing I need to start doing also is those short videos where I just start sharing stuff about actual people. And that kind of worries me because I don't want anybody to get offended by what I say. And you know, for as much as I warn people, like, I'm going to offend you, it's going to happen. At the same time, I'm not an idiot. You know, there's a reason that our brain will stop us from doing certain things, saying certain things, from embarrassing ourselves to the point of there's no return. That, you know, you could end up 6 feet under. Yes, dear. One moment, I have to look at how much money he got in the game.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Let me take it to her. Meatloaf. Very tempting. I'm able to keep myself this evening, and you notice I'm still vertical.
Anyway,
ugly color, 40 years out of style, fit like a Ted. Yeah, that's a class A, all right. Deviation kernel. But I have a little rendezvous later, and we promise each other.
But it's a survival thing. I don't want to make a fool of myself. I don't want to say things that aren't true. Get not only myself in trouble, but my family. I'm more so worried about them than me. I don't care. When it comes to me, I basically lived my life. It's neither here nor there. But them, people coming up to them and saying, you're the one with the mom that's crazy, that says things that aren't true, or says, you know, claims to know things, or
Pudding on meatloaf.
for that reason, I kind of. But otherwise, no. I mean, my brain says it, and I'm learning to trust my brain more. And I don't know. I'm probably just being silly. Like I said, you know, I'm kind of imbalanced right now just because of the whole, just everything.
No, it makes me sick. It's all the same food. You've eaten 100,000 times.
I've been cleaning the last few days. It's nice. It's nice now because I don't have you know, for years I could look at things when I would be cleaning, and I would look at something, you know, very plastic stick. I find that in my stuff, and I think, oh, what's that for? You know, there were days where I'd be like, oh, I bet that was really important right off the bat. I'd be like, oh yeah, it was probably really important. And then there were days where I'd be like, oh, probably not really all that important. But when it came to actually being able to throw it away, I couldn't. No, that looks like something you could use for all kinds of different reasons. And because either I don't know what it was originally for, and maybe I'll need it, or because it could come in handy, we'll just keep it.
Oh, cram it, Margaret. You won every game. Yes, I have. I'd like to remind everyone to stick around for the jackpot.
I have a fortune upstairs. I don't know when we got it, but at some point we were at, I guess, a Chinese restaurant and got the fortune cookie, and it says something about you don't own your possessions. If you can't let go of your possessions, then you don't own them. They own you. Something along those lines. Sounds really good. It's really true. So, yeah, and it's been kind of nice. Every once in a while, when I'm able to look at things and I'm actually able to see them for what they really are, as opposed to what my brain says that they are. Oh my goodness, this is so important. This could be any. Oh, I gotta hold on to it. Even when I'm looking at it and going, it's not important, and yet my fingers are still holding on to it as if it is, right? And still putting it back in my stuff again. That's kind of how what makes hoarding possible. So, I've been trying to work on cleaning and doing things in that manner, actually looking at things differently. I can only get so far before my brain starts to revert back to its I gotta hold on to everything thing again. You can tell when you start all of a sudden things start getting like overwhelming and, you know, confusing, and you start picking up things and looking at them and not knowing. Now you don't even know what it is, and that time stops.
For the savings, benefits, and best-in-class claims experience you deserve, make the switch today.
To get your free quote, call
Anyway.
today. The Bucks got your back. One thing we know is true, no matter race, gender,
I wasn't planning on this being a long video.
we're calling cancers a priority.
Everyone 45 plus at average risk should screen.
I still haven't even gotten to the messages. I'm sorry about that. I saw the little indicator thing because I wasn't feeling good this morning. I was moving really slow, and I actually saw an indicator thing say, "Oh yeah, there's people. They've messaged you." Okay. I gotta message people back. I just
plans come with the U card, the simple member card to use for your plan benefits. Like what kind of benefits? We're talking credit every month.
My friend has been on my mind.
And over the counter items too.
All that with just one card.
Yep.
I just started crying because one of the things that they said to me one time that just it's one of the things that just made me connect to them. And they needed a table, they made one. Chair, they made one. I know it sounds silly because to most people that would be a silly, insignificant thing, whatever. It's kind of like duh. But to other people, it's not just duh. And there is something to it.
I felt defeated, but
even that person themselves was like, what's the big deal?
More positive.
What do I gotta do? You know,
It's like opening up a
there's
whole new life,
something
like
to
sunshine
that
coming
though.
up. I would recommend
Anyway,
back to life you love. Book your personalized art support fitting today.
I'm trying to get brave.
It's summertime at Jake Sweeney Kia. Lease a 2024 Kia Sportage LX for $299 a month. Know your budget? Shop
Like I said, I need to make some of these short videos and start saying stuff, like the shock and awe kind of stuff.
As a Metro operator, you'll average $54,000 your first year with the potential to earn six figures. Metro offers
In my mind, of course, I'm freaking out because I'm going to get all this attention, but that doesn't mean I'm actually going to get all this attention. It doesn't mean I'm not either, though. Well, like I said, more than anything, it's just like our brain says, no, you don't need to do something for a reason.
Hey, it's Corey with American WeatherTech, and we're feeling free with interest-free financing for 2 full years.
Just to
And for a
protect
limited
us.
time, labor is free
For as
too.
much as
That's
people
how
think
American
that mental
WeatherTech
health
makes it affordable for
illness
you.
is
They do
an
windows,
illness,
bathroom siding, roofing, or doors.
it's
No
not.
down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest for 24
I get why it
months.
seems that way, and I'll still refer to it that way because it sure does feel that way, but it's actually not. It's actually the brain working.
Or go online and make your hassle-free appointment. Thank you,
But for
Tri-State.
whatever reason, it's been forced to work a different way. And it's letting you know in those little hiccup moments and those little things that it does that makes us go, why? It's letting us know, hey, something's not right here.
Here we are.
Anyway,
Hey, this is not bad.
Let's just say it beats your alternative.
What?
I gotta make these short videos though.
Oh, I wish we were in
And I need to
Tokyo,
make more of
where
them
we
too.
could have some
I mean, I need to come up with more people. I know in one of my last videos, I think I made it public, that I said something about, you know, if anybody wanted to make any suggestions on like celebrity type people that they know have, you know, like mental health issues of some sort. If you want me to figure it out, you know, tell me the person's name, and I might be able to figure it out. I don't know. I have no guarantees. I mean, it's like what's his name? Howie Mandel. I don't know for sure. My brain, I know that he says it was the bug getting under his skin, but what's up?
I'm gonna help you around. I'm getting bored.
Did you? Good job. I'll be coming in a few minutes, okay? Cool.
How long is that video?
I don't know. Just go on in. I don't know. I'm gonna be
Just
stopping.
for a couple minutes.
Wait a minute, what's that music?
We'll see.
Holiday for Dreams.
What was he saying?
Hello.
Yeah, I know he says it was the bug. My brain says no.
Hey there. Don't you know about putting a
So I know. I know it seems like a pretty legitimate issue, a reason for something, you know, messing with somebody. But my brain says no, there was something else.
Yeah, the truck
And
good.
what I think makes sense to me is him being colorblind
Let this monkey push you around.
from the time he was little.
Right on him.
Let's go.
If that was the case, I don't know. There's something about it that my brain says that the bug thing was not it. Yeah, again, a legitimate issue. That's understandable to make, you know.
Oh, your heart sounds great.
But
Had a clarinet and a bass, you could play my missus.
No. I think there's something else. So my brain says.
Really, I'm okay.
And then Aniston, Jennifer Aniston, she thinks her problem is her mom. Again, legitimate issue, but not the one. That would be death. I only say that because, well, when it comes to Howie Mandel, I should say, you know, if there was a time in his life where, like when he was a child, and something involving being colorblind hurt him and didn't make sense, you know, like being picked on by other people or something along those lines, something that could have gotten stuck, then there you go.
A gentle breeze.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then Aniston,
My Debbie.
again, mom's definitely an issue. But she's
deliriously
not
happy.
the issue.
And here,
Would she have, if the issue didn't exist, would mom have become the issue? It's very possible. Very possible. Although I don't think that mom would have been the issue that she was if dad had been in the picture. She would have been an issue, but not the same type of issue and not to the same degree. Because part of the reason mom became an issue is the brain goes into this like over focus, because as silly as it may sound, any single parent out there knows what I'm talking about when I say I'm not the only one. I'm not supposed to be the only one here in this situation, raising this child and these children. So it's not fair, and it doesn't make sense, and it hurts. So yes, that creates an overfocus where we will sometimes, you've heard it, there's a lot of women out there, I've heard, more so I've heard women than men saying it, but I've heard a lot of women out there saying, well, happy Father's Day to me, because I'm not just mom, I'm dad too. Right? We find ways to try and make sense of it, but ultimately it's still a problem in a lot of ways. Because that's not just me that did this. There was another person too. So, no. Anyway, though, it messes with the head more than we realize. And so a situation like that, yeah, I can see that creating an overfocus for her mom, making her even more difficult than she would have been. She might have still been difficult, but that overfocus just added that too much extra. No, I think a lot of people have noticed that, where they think, well, that person's a lot, And maybe if they weren't so much like that, I could handle them better, but they're just too much like that. It's that extra edge. The imbalance giving that extra edge. Them not having that extra edge, even if it seems like to most people a lot, it would still actually be okay. It's that extra edge that makes it not okay. And it also, that extra edge actually does affect other things as well. It's difficult to say without specific stuff to say right in front of you and all that stuff. But yeah, it does affect other things as well. But yeah. But her real problem, Jennifer Aniston, is her dad. The absence. Do you need help? Okay.
No, Charlie, I will leave you alone.
Tricky as it may sound, whatever it may sound.
You're better off. So is she.
I'm trying to think of what you call it. I don't know. I've been very slow today. I've got the sinus headache stuff going on, and I'm just been crying and upset, and the dreams and all of that.
Really? That's great.
No,
I'll do it. That's no problem. Hey, listen.
Anyway,
Thanks for calling.
I get a little nervous. See, right now I'm sharing this, and no one's probably going to see this video. No one's probably going to see this part of this video, even if they do watch a minute of it. That's cool. But if I do the short videos, people will start watching those, and then we can get, fingers pointing at you, like what makes you think you know something. So it makes it very difficult, because I do have to think about not so much me, like I said, I mean a little bit me, yeah, but more so my family, and have to come back on them. So, but I guess if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. I guess that's one thing I can talk to my doctor about tomorrow. then again, I feel like maybe I shouldn't, because what if she says, no, don't do it? Well, then that'll give my brain even more of a reason not to do something that it needs to do. So, I don't know. But I guess I'll have to find out.
It's nothing more than a camp follow-up. Well, don't be hasty, Charles.
Water?
Directions can deceive you. I don't deceive you. How could I have been so blind and stupid and human? Touche. Charles, you needed somebody. We all do, okay? Such a big mistake. Come on, Charles. Join the rest of us, fools. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have found to get drink. You know? Come on down to the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, where your money is always easy to access. And while you're at it, watch the Beverly Hillbillies tonight at 9, 8 Central.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2
Benjamin, do you need some help?
minutes. Better. What even is better? This is better. This is better. That's better. Even this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of products. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function.
If the water's still running, it's a problem.
Breathing problems. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. Doesn't that make things better?
Huh?
Dupixent can cause
Okay, thank you.
reactions that can be severe. Tell your doctor right away if you have rash, chest pain,
Okay,
shortness of
stop.
breath,
Good.
tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your
Um,
doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or parasitic infection.
Anyway,
Don't choose to stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs,
Where is
you
that?
can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your
I'll get
doctor
back
about
to
Dupixent,
everybody.
the
I'll get
most
to those
prescribed
messages that
biologic in
people
asthma. I'm Nick,
sent me.
and I'm Nate, and we're the local twin brothers.
I'm hoping I'm hearing from
At
Zoe
CBG
and
At
Robin
CBG
for
Homebuyers,
sure.
we make it
Um,
hassle-free with an all-cash offer, and we close when you're ready. We're cash home buyers.
Of course,
So don't
everybody
make
else
any
as well,
repairs,
but
and you don't pay any
in
closing
particular
costs.
those
We're
two,
local,
because I
and we
haven't
dealt
heard
with
from
every
them. I
challenge.
just want to make
For
sure they're
closures,
okay.
back
You know,
taxes,
are you
you can
okay?
take it
Well,
or
no, I'm
share
not
it
okay, but I'm still
You'll
here,
talk
right?
directly with Nick, and we'll put our experience to work for you.
Call
Um,
513-401-6447. That's 401-6447. Things are
Ring
really
and deal.
heating up here at the Joneses.
Those old windows can't
So-
keep the heat out or the cool in.
Good thing they teamed up with Window Nation.
They scored really big on a huge selection of high-quality windows that cost a lot less than they thought. See how much you could save with a free estimate
I
today.
guess
Meet Flame Boss, the most powerful botanical disinfectant and cleaner in the world. No
right now my
chemicals,
brain is thinking
no
about
intense.
the
Flame
picture
Boss
that's going to end up
kills
showing up
COVID-19
on
virus,
this
cold and flu virus, and RSV. Go to
video.
shopflameboss.com now.
This my gal and I ate together. We traded all the time. There ought to be a cover in here, and he ought to be under it. Good thing we're numb already.
Oh, what a fever.
And then Charles ends up with them. Sorry. He thinks it's beautiful. Playing her singing. Stormy weather, I think.
Don't go yet, Charles. It'll be over. Once more, and go on. Everything I have is gone. Stormy weather.
Since we it's on I think it was on one of those old movies. I used to love that when I was a kid. We had these VHSs of they were Disney. I think they were Disney cartoons, but they were set to like oldies music. So, and I think that was one of them. 16 times.
TV, your home for memorable entertainment television.
Old Black Magic Cauldron? No, hold on. I figured this out. I actually watched that video at one point. Because we found it for Benji. We were watching them with him. But it was Golden Oldies or something, I think is what it was called. And DTV, I don't remember. Anyway, it's not the old Black Magic Cauldron, which is what I always thought they were saying. I think it's the old Black Magic called love. I think those are the real words. And I found that out. I'm watching. I was we were the version I guess we had when I was a kid didn't have lyrics. But this newer version of it does have lyrics. So I'm like, oh, what's that? They used to have but we used to have this VHS. There were Disney music, Disney cartoons again. But this time it was actually the cartoon that went with it, like Friend Like Me from the Aladdin movie. So it was the music video that went with that. And it had the Jungle Book, Bare Necessities, things like that too. So those were a different one, but those actually had lyrics with it.
How long were we in there, radar?
7 hours and 41 minutes, sir.
12 of whom I will operate on again
None
and
of
again
that
in my
is important.
dreams. You think we got
But like I said, I've got to find a way to try and make sure. I got to figure out when YouTube takes the picture
Put something special in it so it won't
Find out what she does, all right, Peg? Please.
of whatever video it's going to use on these. Because on the regular videos, I can actually change the picture. But on these live videos, I cannot change the picture up to the front picture that it shows. So whatever it decides to use, I'm stuck with it. It's like when you ride the roller coaster and you can see the little thing flash and take your picture, but there's no flash that takes my picture. So I need to find out when it does that. I mean, I'm not I'm obviously not, glamorous here or anything. But it's better than a picture of me going,
I realize I'm tired, but why do we need a reunion if we're all sitting in the same room together? No, not us. Our families.
Oh, this was a good one.
Oh, this is great. They come to New York or someplace, they have this big dinner. This is terrific.
I'm not going to put
They got
anybody through
pictures
this.
of all of us, enlargements at every place setting. Well, except for Charles, we didn't want to spoil
I guess the next time I'll be on here will be after my doctor's appointment, where I'll give a little quick review. It'll end up being 4 or 5 or 6 hours long anyway.
Drop a light your dick.
You realize what time it is? It's 9:45.
Here.
You too, Charles.
It won't be any good unless everybody does it. Don't be absurd. My parents have accumulated huge amounts of wherewithal for the express purpose of associating exclusively with their own kind. Good night. Shut up. I'll work him over later. How you doing? Look, I don't want to disappoint you.
I've got to figure out when this thing takes the pictures. I wonder if I can contact somebody through YouTube to find that out.
Even for a couple of days. Before you serious go to sleep, wake up. The
I
Chinese
don't
are
know.
broken through the lines. Everybody's pulling back and we're bugging out of here.
Oh well, I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to continue looking like this. Hopefully that's when it'll do it. And then I'll continue, even after I end the stream, to continue looking, just in case. In the past, the reason why my picture looks like a rushed picture is because it actually takes it after the video is done.
What's the matter with you guys? We're bugging out of here.
We'll see.
Listen, they'll all get together in New York.
There we go.
I don't believe it. The Chinese are coming.
And until next time.
I